What is cracking, guys? JP here again, bringing you another update of my 90-gallon reef tank. So, I finally got the algae cleaned up really well. I figured out how to attach a razor blade on one of those flipper magnets, and it's really shredded all the hard algae that I couldn't reach. So, I'm pretty happy. I just attached the razor blade with a zip tie and tighten up, and once it loosened you had to tighten up or change to a new zip tie. So yeah, pretty good. It actually shredded all the hard film algae that I couldn't remove with my hand all the way in the bottom, so I'm happy with that. But overall, everything's doing great. Everything is slowly growing. It's a very slow tank to grow, but everything's doing okay. So far, I have not dealt with any crazy cyanobacteria. There was a few patches here and there, so you can see right there. But I changed the water about 30 gallon earlier today, so the water is still nice and clean. So yeah, pretty good, I would say. I have some bubble algae kind of popping here and there, but there's my royal grandma right there. Two of them, the pair. I had these guys for a long time now. But yeah, pretty good, I would say. Coral wise, I need to clean up some of the corals. They're starting to gonna encroach the glass. And then torch wise, I lost a few heads in a gold torch. I don't know, they just start splitting. The skeleton split it and then it just polyp bail out. So I don't know. Everything is doing okay. I've lost a few zoanthids just because I haven't maintained it. Fish cover it up and algae smother it, and or they suddenly just die over time. So doesn't really matter as much anyway. It was getting overcrowded, and that's what I noticed too in my tanks. Zoanthids will grow really crazy and then they just die back. I don't know, no clue. Uh, I started attaching some of the mushroom on some rocks. I still have my fire shrimp. I lost my skunk cleaner shrimp a few months back. Gold wall hammer. Then finally attached a pink bird's nest right there. That's the stubby ones. So it looks like it's getting thicker. My acropora is growing pretty nice. Robusta is going nuts and encrusting. Canada or Turaki varieties. My Bali green slimer is kind of struggling, but that's okay. Setosa, kind of crazy. It touches the Turaki right there and it just killed the bottom. And then here's my what is this? Fox flame. It started shooting up on the side, and it's killed a few of the mint pavona, which is crazy. My Milka stylo, pretty huge now. And one surprise for me is I actually have a Posilopora grandis right there, that green little thing, blob. I thought I lost it. I used to have it right here, but it started getting shadowed by the Acropora Canada or Turaki here, so it wasn't growing. So I moved it back there, and look at that. It's growing like into a little nub. This is one of the more rare coral I ever had. So the rare corals I have is this Robusta, that Posilopora grandis, yellow Porites. What else? I have a little rare coral. I think that's basically the three coral that are a little harder to find. or odd corals that you don't see in the hobbies. So I'm excited. The Pusillipora, rainbow Pusillipora is growing okay. This was a little colony or polyp that split from the main colony, and it started very small and it grew to this. My pink Pusillipora is kind of mad because of the new water change. I need to. This guy used to be just a little bit of the stunner, Julian stunner. Look at that, it enroached here. So I need to cut this out before it kills this and this. So, and then my mint pavona, there's a big hole here, but my royal grammas made it into a home, so I'm happy. But it killed the inside, but it doesn't matter because it's shaded anyway. I need to clean this pink's bird's nest here. I just moved it here for now so that I can kill the grandis over time. But yeah, here's a few of my mushroom wall. They just did it on their own, like literally, because they ran out on the side, and they just started scaling the wall. They're huge too. They really like a lot of highlight, and they puff up so big, which is crazy. So what I've been doing is I need to like razor scrape this and then put it on a rock so they attach on a rock and sell it. But I do have some aptasia still battling here and there, but you can kind of see that little guy right there waving. I kind of stopped dealing with aptasia for a few months now, just let it be. It doesn't seem to be growing as fast as other areas, maybe because my tank is very low nutrient dense and low light, even though it's metal halide. But I have aptasia right there in the middle. That's the only two aptasia I've seen so far. I could probably glue that or remove that one, but the one in the back, I really have to become a contortionist to get the glue on that guy. But yeah, everything's doing so far so good. I've been just maintaining it once a week because the same situation with the new baby, it's much harder to move stuff to my new house, and it's just a big pain to move. It's more stable to just keep it in place, so no big deal. Here's my device that I made. This is just the flipper, and I have the razor blade right here. I have the razor blade on top with the zip tie on top. Then I just left the little pieces on top so I can pull it in case if these got loose because over time if this hits a rock or a hard algae, it will actually move, so you have to tighten up again to kind of really scrape the algae on the side. So that's how I got all the way to the very bottom without putting a hand in the tank. So kind of crazy. I had this in the past, but it keeps getting loose. But I figured out that if you leave just a little bit longer ears, and it will tighten itself. How you want to put it is put it in this top first, and then loop it inside, and then have the tabs on the top. Because if you have it on the other side, the tab will actually hit the glass, and it will cause some weird angles. It won't scrape at all. And then you want to have the you don't want to tighten it all the way. You want to have the zip ties underneath the razor blade, and the other side razor blade also. You don't, because sometimes you'll put it here and then this zip tie will be on the right side. That's gonna be crooked. That won't cut well. How you know you got it right is that line right here is like almost close to this edge right here. This lip is on the lip here. Really cuts well. And once this gets rusty, I would cut the zip tie and put a new razor and put a new zip tie. So yeah, pretty good I would say. Overall, DKH has been 8, 7. Sometimes it would dip down. So I haven't maintained it. 7.7. So it's been maintaining 7.8, 8.1, 7. Sometimes I would add like a sodium bicarbonate. Uh, this is just a live aquaria and seems to be working for me. And I use 2 teaspoons since this is 1 teaspoon per 45 gallon, and it will increase 1 dkh. So, and I've been only doing that once a week. So yeah, pretty good, I would say. Next week, I'm gonna clean the cover or the glass with the metal halide. Gonna help the light penetration, and I'll put some carbon to gonna help the yellowing. But as of right now, I didn't add any carbon because I changed the water, and I want the corals to suck up all the nutrients and the trace minerals. That's what I figured out. You don't want to add carbon right away when you change water. But yeah, everything doing so far so good. Down under, basically the same thing. I have flooded my cabinet a few times because this kalkwasser, if you don't maintain the connection right here or right here, it will get gunked up with, precipitation or held calcium buildup from the kalkwasser, and it will start overflowing from the top, and it will basically leak. And good thing I had this little lip, a couple inches of that I built just in case I have a leak. 1 week I went home, went to visit the tank, and there was a full water of just kalkwasser. So either you put your kalkwasser on top of your sump. I wouldn't put it directly on the water because it could leak on the bottom and cause mayhem. So on top of on a stand, or basically have a lip, and make sure to maintain this once a month. Just clean it with your finger or vinegar or warm water, and it will clean really well. So yeah, everything's doing pretty good. I haven't added anything on the tank for 3 years now, so since the beginning. Electrical wise, everything's doing good. I'm not dosing any more 2-part. I just strictly kalkwasser, and then I'm adding some of these A and elements and magnesium. So this is just a DIY magnesium. So I add about 5 ml of that each week. Everything's doing okay. No fancy controller, just on timers. So, and this is on a separate cabinet, because I didn't want to have this underneath the stand, because that will ruin your electronics, especially with salt water. So yeah. Well, looks pretty nice, I would say, after I clean all the algae out. Alright, well, looks like that's it from my side. It was nice talking with you guys, giving a little update, and happy reef keeping. Adios.